It's Angel, and today we're playing Doki Doki Literature Club. This is a text-based game, mostly. See this thing on the screen here? Yeah, you should probably listen to that. Anyone with any major mental illness may not have a safe experience playing this game. Same with young children, like very young children, or just things like that. I am 13 years or older. I have not seen this game in so long. Oh, the music's gotta go down though. Does this make it faster? And this makes it slower. Where's my mouse? Think I could have my mouse back, please? Yeah, I'd like my mouse back. Thank you. Okay. Okay, wait, hold up. Okay, enter your name. Angel! Okay. Now that I got that figured out. Hey! I see an annoying girl run towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might be drawing to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, that kind of friend that you never see yourself making today, but it kind of works because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, so I would get tired of waiting up. He's a really bad friend, but so is she. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha ha! I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Angel. Oh god, it's weird reading my own name out loud. Well, if people were staring at you for acting weird, then I don't want them thinking we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. I hate reading sounds out loud. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near the streets, become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Angel, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. I did. I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking to I was talking about how worried I am that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET. NEET? I don't know what word that is. In a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! God, I feel so cringe doing this. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. This game is a lot of reading. Like a lot of reading. Sorry. Okay. The school day is ordinary as ever. Is as ordinary as ever, and it's almost over before I know it. After I pack my things, I stare blankly at a wall looking for an ounce of motivation. That's so real. You ever just get done and it's just like okay. Yeah. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie? Sayori's vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she'd inherit the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell Sayori. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned it all out like this. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectingly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs to a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally useless for third-year classes and activities. Generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swinging open the classroom doors. Hello everyone, the new member is here. I told you don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Okay, get ready for the most cringe conversation you've ever listened to in your entire life. 'Cause this is gonna be bad. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Angel. What a nice surprise. I'm gonna scream. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. I'm not stuttering. Natsuki. The girls with sour attitudes, whose name is apparent. The girl with a sour attitude, who's apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her. She gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear and then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Angel. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. We rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Angel. I hate this so much. This is like, why did I decide to do this to myself? So many voice clips are going to come out of this, and I'm going to be so mad about it later. Come sit down, Angel. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. How about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened, so there's one space left for me next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. I still feel awkward, so I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh! Natsuki lifts the foil, and the tray reveals a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! I had no idea you were good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking at the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? Eh? I thought you technically did. Oh my god. Sayori said. Well, maybe. But not for you know, you dummy. God, I hate this. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. The main character's the only, like, a little bit sane one. It's weird, because he's not very sane. She carefully places a teacup in front of... Oh, I think I skipped a line. My bad. She places a teacup in front of each of us, sitting down with the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't hot tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me that I shouldn't tell Monica I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. Well, we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy to make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into the literature club, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You can put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. But you have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festivals that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted of the idea of a new member joining. Though I still really don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Angel, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in the past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. She traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorite novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them amazes me. The goal and telling a good story is such a if for Hein, world is equally as impressive. I can't read. This was a horrible game to pick. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up when she finds her comfort in the world of her books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immense me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Amazing. I've been reading a whole lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grab something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes... Oh my god. If a story makes me... If a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often such successful at changing the way you look at the world if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? But what? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is so cute. Just as cute as you are. Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel more comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. That's a weird word, quizzically. Who came up with that? Whoever it is, I hope they're rolling in their grave right about now. Let's all go home and write poems of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us get to a little more confidence with each other and strengthen our bond of the club. Isn't that right, Angel? Monika smiles warmly at me again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth about what's on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decisions. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Angel, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? If writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right? Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes lit up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment, write a poem and bring it the next day to the meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over me once more. Angel, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continued to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Angel, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she stays late after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! This is just a lot of me talking. I hope this is like not annoying. If it is, I'm so sorry. You're welcome to leave now. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy to spend every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of the circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh, it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think you're oh my god. Heartbeat. Sadness. Suicide. I gotta. Rainbow. Candy. Alone. Forgive. Oh, no, I'm trying to get these two. Scars. That was meant to... Anxiety. Puppy. Desire. Marshmallow. Judgment. Smile. Misfortune. Sure, lust. Tragedy. Melody. Tears. Horror. I think that's Hi again, Angel. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. No, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back in the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else had already hanging out. Oh, everyone else was already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Angel. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me that you didn't want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come to hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki promptly plops back in her seat. Promptly plops. I like that combination of words. Don't worry, guys. Angel always gives us his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Angel have become good friends too? Can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she's just put me into. Yuri, you even brought something today with you, didn't you, now? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, don't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. You could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? Okay, guys, don't talk to girls like this. This is not Riz, Chad. She even picked out a book that she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it on your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled, I expect Monica to kick off some of the scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Siri and Monica are having a cheeky conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression as she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging through the closet. Man, looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down in the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could possibly fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening to Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably gonna seem lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature's all about. The problem is the idea of literature clubs sounds so dense and intellectual. That's such a weird word, dog. Like, I know these words, I just don't like these words. But it's not like that at all, We just need a way to show something, a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, After they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori's taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberately like this. Well, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That's why you suggested it? That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyways, we should get to work on the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self, but therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to anything and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. I opened my eyes to find Sayori filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know. You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. That's what I do best. That's the problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over your face. Sayori glances around at herself. How is it written all over my face? Okay. She's dense. She's so dense that it hurts. I feel it in my soul. Like, it upsets me that she's this you can't even see the whole game on the screen. I just realized that. Oh, and there's multiple layers of the game. That's so great. Looks like I've just been reading nothing this whole time. Yeah, no, I'm not crazy. It's just, well, you can see now. Yeah. Well, I hope that fixed it. If not, oh well. She's dense. And it hurts. And it hurts. How's it written all over my face? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look at your hair. It's sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look at your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe the stain down with my fingers. But nobody would notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie. Wouldn't it make more sense to say you're mean than you meanie? Whatever. Hey, and you don't even have your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking about how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. Don't say that. That makes me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay, though. I'm happy that we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The buttons might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggled to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed it sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. Why are you smiling about? What are you smiling about? It means I gotten bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so, why does it feel so strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? It's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once again. Phew. That's much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? Why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would, anyway. So that's why I keep it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Hang on. Okay, had to make sure that wasn't anything important. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up this morning. Tomorrow morning? I don't know. I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Angel, I can't wait to hear yours. Oh, God, cringing. Physically cringing. It's gross. Yeah, same. I fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really done this before. Well, now everyone's ready. Why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers on a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply and reach into their bags. I do the same myself. I want to hear Sayori's first. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's a good friend after all. Oh, she's reading it first. Oh my goodness. This is so good, Angel. I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because you have no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm sure Sayori's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Oh, I read that wrong, I'm sure. Are you sure you don't just like it because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of the other people, you know? So when I read your poem, that's not just a poem. It's an angel poem. Oh God, I hate that. I hate that so much. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against your chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you are actually part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of, the club room. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Angel. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, Try something new, and sometimes words are hard. Try new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna say that you have a lot of fun here, okay? That will be why you're I'm just gonna stop. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kiss my forehead to help me out of bed. Make me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't sleep. I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how I put it. It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Okay, so Monica, I feel like I have to go last, but the other two girls I'm saving the best for last, which is Yuri, because I love Yuri. I like her personality. ... question mark? Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't invoke my emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. But that's about it. Huh. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be, well, sophisticated and stuff. So people can't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems? For people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. That is such a real statement. Like, seeing people around you do great things can be disheartening. Yeah. Or when you've been doing something for so long and then like one of your friends picks it up and all of a sudden they're like masters at it. But you've been doing this for so long because you're passionate about it. But then seeing that person do so much better than you without trying hurts. It's selfish, but it hurts. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but that made it fall flat on purpose. My brain had a stroke there. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Yuri! My favorite! ... Yuri stares at the poem. Oh my god, who's blowing up my phone? Oh. Never mind. That person's fine. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh! Sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading it, though. So it's that bad. No! Did I raise my voice? I'm so sorry. She buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes, so we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical for new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned how to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing is I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressive are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's something that you can be blamed for. That's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them, and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased, though. Biased? How? Um, well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamingly, as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? God. Ghosts under the light, the tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glows, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the last of fine? The test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the slicking blue-green hue of the future. I bathe a bath calms breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking about that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, this story isn't about ghosts at all, Angel. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, poets often express their own thoughts and feelings and express their work. They usually don't do more than a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolic compared to a ghost. Excuse me. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. And just Monica. Hi, Angel. Having a good time so far? Well, you're the last one, so I'd hope I had a good time so far. Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have suggestions for the club, like new activities or things, we can do better. I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, I wanted to share your poem with me. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Angel. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I act actually really different. Hmm. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there's also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like two. Uh, I just zoned out. I'm so sorry. The two of you really care about each other's well being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that that's the vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, it sounds like I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has a kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. Well, I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. Don't force yourself to write the way that everyone else wants you to write. It's like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's 'cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Oh god, more handwriting like this. Hole in the wall. Ugh. Hole in the wall, it couldn't have been me. See the direction of the spackle roadlets? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a prominent copy of the meaningless image. It's a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Ah, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. Like, it's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that. It's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just focus on yourself, to get something down, just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about that is, if you keep your pen on the same spot for too long, you'll get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thank you for listening. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read it tendernly, I watch their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem on the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about a feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. It just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you had to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but I really didn't come out nicely at all. Well, I have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Angel did too. So, based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Angel liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Angel appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? How do you... He didn't appreciate my advice. You're... Are you that full of yourself? No. If I were full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one who's magically grew a size when Angel started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like you guys fighting. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Angel, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate the simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should just jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Angel. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey a complex feeling that meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not unnecessarily limiting yourself. It's also a waste. You understand that, right, Angel? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agreed with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Oh, Yuri. All the way. Oh, no. Natsuki! Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So I instinctively turn to Yuri. Yuri! But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Eh? Yeah! Everyone's fighting. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Angel. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair to others to interject their own feelings into others' conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a suck-up jerk she's being, she would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! I'm not gonna yell. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and to be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute, and there's nothing wrong with that. And you're... Okay, I'm not reading that part. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. See, so this is why Sayori is vice president. I thought that was Monica. My bad! To be honest, I might have come off as a good leader and can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I cannot even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing to me. Nah. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori's amazing in her own way, isn't she? Of course. You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly surprising that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How'd y'all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. And Angel, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was neat. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, did I learn anything more about kinds of poems everyone likes? With any less luck, that means I can at least do a better job at impressing them. I nod at myself with a newfound determination. Angel, ready to walk home? That's the wrong voice. Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No, no, no. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. God, I hate this. Remind me to never do reading games again. Even though all the games I like are reading games. I can see why they'd be good friends with you. Phew. You know, Angel, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in this club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone makes me the happiest. I think that everyone really likes you too. That's every day is gonna be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really have to stop there? Well, just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Do I get to write another poem? I do! Forgive. Tragedy. It looks like there's a difference in the colors, but there's not. Music. Oh, God. So far, like 3 of these have been Sayori. Whisper. Insight. Okay. Antagonize. Portrait. Flying. Oh, God. Fireflies. God damn it! Kitty! There we go. Doki Doki! Strawberry. Misfortune. Empty. Secretive. Analysis. I love that word. Disoriented. Love. Fulgent. I feel like we're neglecting Natsuki in our poems. I feel bad, but not really. Another day passes for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room as the usual scene greets me. Hi, Angel! Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? Or will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Eh? Why all of a sudden? No reason, really. Just wanted to have a look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse, and she fumbles the latch to get it open, then turns it upside down, and lets the contents spill out onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fell out. I knew it. I could see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have brought snacks before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you planned to conveniently forget and spend all your money. Forget that you spent all your money, and I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so, that only leaves one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in a book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Angel to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean to do that. It just got too absorbed in my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you can think that. You're right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to expect a resolution. Retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside of us all, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys that she wasn't bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if you weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. What? Yeah. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was... A cookie. Sure enough, a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. It's a miracle. It's because I paid my retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears at the package, takes one big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly claps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori jumps out of her seat. Sayori jumps out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches and nudges Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, she's such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori... Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have you heard anything from her being late today? Not me. I haven't heard either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she had a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. And there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. My boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must have not heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Angel. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any kind of pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share it once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not at all. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. You know what? I'm gonna leave y'all on a cliffhanger. So this is gonna go. This will be up today, and then part 2 will come tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed Doki Doki Literature Club Part 1 today. It's been a great time, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.